Guys, we got a 2017 Honda Accord 4-cylinder. Brakes are down to nothing. There you go. So it's making a noise and it's cutting the disc. So we're gonna replace the disc and both sides. I'm gonna show you one side, and the process is the same on the opposite side. So let's gather some tools. What we're gonna do is we're gonna remove number 12 and a number 12 and a number 17 for the bracket, and there's one here, there's one in the bottom back here, and we should take everything apart and put new pieces and lubricate everything really good. So we got some tools. We got a 17 millimeter, 12 millimeter Phillips head screwdriver, and a hammer. Okay, if you got a punch, would be a good idea, but we don't need a punch, we can do it without it. And what we're gonna do here is we're gonna take our 12 millimeter here, we're gonna take off this bolt right here and the one over here. Both got to come off so the caliper can just get the hell out of the way, and then we will compress the caliper. We will try to compress this caliper with a special tool and without a special tool. Okay, so once I get this guy off right here, caliper should be ready to come off. So from 2013 to 17, they're all same. 18, 19, 20, they're electrical calipers. So I have video on that. Check that out. So what we're gonna do here, we're gonna go down here as well. You see this cable right here? It has a 12 millimeter right here. We're gonna remove this baby as well. The reason why is the caliper just won't come out so easy because the line is restricting it. So let's take off this completely. Okay, once it's loose enough, it should come off by hand. So this is the E cable that goes all the way to the back over here to the caliper. So now let's try to take this caliper off. If you have a flathead screwdriver, it will work pretty good, but it should be able to come off fairly and easily. You see that brake cable right there? That's what's gonna bother you if you don't remove what I told you to remove. Let's take off this retainer here, very important. We put this baby back in. If it comes with a new one with the brakes, put on a new one. But these are shot, these brakes are shot. Let's remove the brake pads. Okay, so pry bar will work really good to remove these guys. I don't like how jammed they are. That is a problem. Okay, when they're jammed like that, your brakes are gonna go in and it's gonna get eaten up because it's not gonna come back out. So there you go. Notice this guy got a little notch right there. The notch sits on the caliper. It's the little square, the little empty slot right there. That's what it sits. So that's out. Let's try to take off the second one. Okay, the second one is just as bad as the first one. This thing is super corroded. Okay, not friendly at all. So, it's a problem there. There you go. Now what we need to do is we need to go further in and remove the two bolts, but you always want to check if your slider pins are sliding nice and good, but we will grease them up. Okay, right in the back you got two 17 millimeter bolts. So this gear wrench fits on it perfectly. Sometimes they're super tight, but eventually they all loosen up. Let's Let's do the same thing for the second one here. There you go. It has loosened up. So once they're both loose, maybe we can turn it by hand. Just like so. You know, the camera can't see. The camera can't see. You guys can't see. There you go. Much better. So this is one. And let's get to the bottom one here. It's a lot of water here because it's raining a bit outside today. There you go. And there you go. So this bracket is out. We're gonna clean this bracket up really good, put on a new hardware on this baby. But it's time for us to, okay, what we're gonna do here is we are gonna take off the rotor. But the rotor has this little screw right here that will never come out. Okay, so there's two different ways to take these babies out, but which one will work better on this? Is it gonna be a Phillips head screwdriver or the punch? So we're gonna try both methods, even if I gotta go on the other side. So this guy is never gonna come out. It's never gonna come out. Okay, so what we usually do is we have this tool called a punch. You put this baby right on here, and then you smack the back end with the hammer. So let's move our camera a bit on this side, and we're gonna smack this just like we're supposed to. So what you do here is you hold this guy and you're gonna give it a little bit of force, turning counterclockwise. And you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna come across. There you go, small taps. Works amazing. But what if I tell you that you don't need a full $5 tool and you could do it simply with this and a hammer? Okay, that wasn't so bad, but I had a bad experience with these. Sometimes these things are so jammed up, your tip of these will just, like, this is twisted a bit, it will just bend and break. So what we're gonna do is we're also gonna go to the other side and do the same thing, but with the hammer and this guy. So let's get this baby off. Okay. There you go. It's not looking so good. Okay guys, we're on the opposite side. We used the punch earlier. Punch your head with the hammer. Fire for $5 tool. What it does is vibration and causes it out. So why not use a $20 hammer and a screwdriver, good old screwdriver. What I like to do here is, just to show you guys, this is solidly jammed as much as the other side. Anyways, what I like to do is two things. Either bring this rotor screw right here, right where the back opening is, just don't hit any of the components, or take it across and hit it here. The vibration is going to penetrate the whole rotor to move. It's easier at this position, this and the opposite side. Once you penetrate that rotor, if you're lucky, this thing will come out like a piece of cake. Shebang. That's how easy that was, guys. All right, my friends, we're done here. We need to compress this. So I'm gonna show you guys how to do it with a special tool and without a special tool. So you know what, guys, we're gonna compress this caliper. So to compress this caliper, you could use your pry bar, just like that. Okay, let's bring the camera a bit closer and bring our light facing down a bit. You can use this guy, or we can use a $500 toolkit. Okay, we can either do it with this or with the toolkit, but which one will it be better? Which one will be cheaper? Okay, so let's, you know what we're gonna do here is, we're gonna try it with this little guy. Okay, so what you wanna do here is, you wanna push in and turn at the same time, and if you can have a friend help you, that'd be perfect. You don't wanna yank on the line, so you do wanna take your time a bit. So the first part is gonna be hard because in the beginning it might not wanna turn. If it doesn't turn completely at all, that means your caliper is seized up, okay? You see that? You could just keep doing that. You have to also try to push up against it. If you could get it to turn from right here, that'd be perfect. And I'm gonna get this guy halfway. Then we're gonna do the tool. So maybe a little bit more turn. And then the tool will come in handy. There you go. So let's leave that there. So what we're gonna do next is, we need to get one of the adapters for this guy that will fit right there, just like that. And your tool. So which is gonna be? Which one would you decide to use? Pry bar or the special tool? Okay, this is almost like $400 bucks, $490 kit from Snap-on. So this tool goes there, and all you do now is, it makes your life easy, because all it's doing is turning and pushing at the same time. Bada bing, bada boom. That's how simple that is. The hard part was done by the pry bar, because the beginning is kind of hard. So once you're done, make sure this thing is nice and straight, okay? Meaning in this angle, so the brake pad has a little notch that slips in here. So anyway, that's done, guys. That's how you're gonna compress this caliper, using a tool or a pry bar, special tool or a pry bar. Anyways, that's what it is. Okay, what we're gonna do is get a wire brush, clean this hub from any dirt, debris, so the rotor can sit flush. Okay, and also try to get this caliper to clean up a bit. Not a big deal though, but at the same time, what we're gonna do is, we're gonna prep this whole system here. We're gonna take out this hardware, this hardware kit. Let's remove this babies. Okay, don't hurt yourself. There it is. So our brake pads was stuck in there pretty good. So what we want to do here now is, we want to get all this crazy stuff out of here. I like to use a file. Just try to scrape any buildups in here, because rust will build up in here. Okay, because we want our brake pad to sit in there nice and smooth. We don't want that thing jammed up like the way we took out. There you go. Let's spray some cleaner on these babies. Cleaner, brake cleaner. So all I'm using is this parts cleaner. Okay, so that's that. Spray some here. So this is all prepped up. Let's get our parts together and we'll come back here. Okay, before doing that, you know what? Let's put a little bit of a greasing on these guys, on the hub. Right here, where that rotor's gonna sit. You don't have to go crazy, but just enough so it's nice and lubricated. Also, a little bit of greasing on your bracket here. Anything that's gonna come in contact with the metal to metal, put some greasing, and hardware will sit on top of that. And also, make sure, I have to get a rag, pop open both of these. Okay, pop open this little guy, clean it up, and let me get a rag. I'll be right back. So, clean this baby up. I want to use a silicone grease. Okay, this is a silicone grease. It's for brake system. Okay, tiny bit on this little guy. I want to wipe off the tip right there. I don't like to have grease on the tip. And stick this baby back in. And make sure the rubber boot locks up. Do the same thing for the other one. Okay, let's clean this baby up as well. Same thing, a little bit of the silicone grease. Stick this baby back in. And this is ready to go in, but we need to get our tool, we need to get our parts. And let's go take a look at electric coated rotors and brake pads that we're gonna use. So we got our electric coated premium rotors. There's a part number for the sport model for the rear. And we got some Evolution brake pads in here, in this box. There's the part number. Okay, so this is what I use. Never had issues. Inside you're gonna have the hardware and the brake pads. And these are the discs. Let's take one out. They do have oiling all over these discs, so we do need to clean them up pretty well. So, you know what? Let's leave it in here. So that's why we got our cleaner here. So we take our cleaner here and spray this baby down really good. Take a clean rag and wipe it down really well. If you want to do two coat another spray, you can do so, but one should be more than enough. If you want to do two, go for it. Go for three if you like. That's it. Bada bing, bada boom. Let's go back on the vehicle. So what we're gonna do here is we're gonna take our disc. Make sure you match up the hole for the screw. There you go. And to tighten this guy, this little screw, you don't need to use any tool. Don't worry how tight it is. All this does is holds your rotor in place for you. And just hand tighten it. And once you tighten it, this thing's gonna hold your rotor and it should not touch anywhere. If this plate is touching, just push it back all around. Anyways, let's get our bracket in next. So inside your brake package, you're gonna have a hardware kit with a small bag. It's gonna have these shims here. So these go right in the center over here. Okay, right in the center. Make sure it's not too much far out so it doesn't scrape on the rotor. Same thing on this side here. Okay, should be fairly and easily and simple to do, okay? And one little trick, what you want to do here is you can take a flathead screwdriver, just tap in the center, and so that way it's sitting flush. It doesn't come out and hit the rotor either. There you go, I like that. So what we're gonna do next is we're gonna move the camera inside. Okay, there you go. That's better. Same thing. We're gonna take our bracket here. Put this baby right on. Take your 17mm bolts, one at a time. Catch all the threads you can. Go. Okay, so we're gonna tighten both of these. I know I'm taking my sweet time with this, but that's how it is. Take your sweet time with it. Let me snug this as much as I can, and then you don't want to leave nothing loose. That's the main thing, okay? Nice and tight. Get a torque wrench, but my torque wrench is still out of commission. Okay, there you go. Okay, let me get this a little bit more by hand. It's just moving around. Okay, here goes nothing. Yes, baby, she's tight. All right, 4 rings. Gotta stop again. Okay, so both of these are tight. Okay, make sure they're tight. 4 ring, that's fine. These are nice and smooth. Okay, we're gonna bring the camera out, put the brake pads in, and put the caliper on. Okay, remember how difficult the brake pads to come off, so we don't want that. What I got here is a brake pad with a brake wear indicator sensor, which is gonna be in the back, and the sensor I like to have it on the bottom. So what we're gonna do is first we're gonna try on the brake pad, okay? And if your shims needs to be pushed up, just push them up. You see how this pad went in a little bit stiff? It could be that my hardware is not pretty much flush yet. So you could take your flathead screwdriver or some type of tool you have and just push these babies in, okay? And let's try on this one. Okay, there you go. I liked this one, how easy this one was. But this one, the inside pad gave me a little bit difficulty. So what I want to do here is, okay. Come on, Mr. Light. So what I want to do here is, I want to take out this pad. Let's try to squeeze this guy a little bit more up. There you go. It clicked, so it must have been not all the way. There you go. Perfect. That's what you want. Your brake pad to be nice and smooth. If for any reason it's not going in smooth, try it on first, okay? Before you even put greasing on it. You might want to file here, and file here. Just the paint. If you need to go a little bit beyond paint, that's fine as well. Okay, it's better done properly than having a monkey job. So what I like to do here is, you want to put greasing here, or you can put a tap there. It's the same thing. And this pad goes in nice and easy. So you know what, let's do this, because I feel a little bit stiff in this stiffness. A little bit here, just the paint. You can use anything to file these babies, just the tips. Okay, should be good now. And I have filed some brake pads so much you have no idea how much filing. I even use a whizzer on it, 3-inch cutter, to file everything away. So let's put the brake pad in nicely and easily. Okay, that's how it's supposed to be. Okay, we're done here. What I like to do next is put a little bit of greasing right here. Same thing on the other brake pad. And inside your brake pad hardware kit, you're gonna have these little guys. There's 4 of them, so use them all for 2, 1 on each. Okay, this goes here, and this baby goes here. Okay, you see how I pushed out the brake pad? That's how it's supposed to be. So you might have to hold it together to get your caliper in, okay? And you're gonna have to push these babies in. Okay, there you go. Perfect. I'm gonna take our 12mm. A lot of time, this little hardware we just put in, it would touch the rotor. Just spin it. It should not touch the little pins, the little retainers. They should not touch. So this guy goes in nice and tight, boys and girls. Nice and tight. Sometimes this will spin with it, so you might have to get an extra tool and hold that baby together and then tighten it. Okay, when it got me a 14, okay, it's not a 14. What the hell? So what you're gonna need to do here is hold this with a 17mm and tighten the bolt all the way. And there you go. Okay, same thing up here. If it's free playing, just get it, tighten it, and okay, come on baby, come on, there you go, nice and tight. Okay, we're all done there, guys. So one little thing left is you're gonna go to the bottom. Okay, let's take off our wrench here. Remember the bolt from the bottom. So right down here, don't forget to put this guy back together. Okay, this is a 12mm as well. So all you need to do is get your wrench and tighten this guy really good, and you're all done. And that's it. Bada bing, bada boom. And thank you for watching my video, guys. If you have any questions, Don't forget to subscribe, share, and like.